Have you ever been outdoors? Whether it's hiking, biking, or camping, the number one most important thing you need to know when you're outside is, that's right, the weather. No matter what you're doing, an unexpected weather event can be bothersome or even dangerous. Most of us prevent mishaps by taking out our phones and using our weather app of choice. But what happens when you're outside of cell signal, as 85% of our surveyed outdoors people do regularly? There's no way to know what's coming.
But what if we could change that? What if you could find the weather without any internet connection, no matter where you were at all? Introducing Climatrek, a lightweight and portable device that clips onto your backpack. On board, it has sensors for everything, from temperature, air pressure, humidity, and even UV radiation. Using a low energy form of Bluetooth, it sends all that data to your smartphone where it's easily accessible. But Climatrek is so much more than just a list of current stats. In the background, your phone will collect data and track changes over time. These patterns are then used to predict upcoming weather patterns. The app will warn you when there's a storm coming and much, much more, from tracking your UV exposure to suggesting when you should have a drink. Coming to you from the International Baccalaureate program at Palm Harbor University High School, we're the team behind Climatrek. Hi, I'm Kaylee, the mechanical engineer.
I'm Matt, and I'm the software engineer.
And I'm Kieran Ganga, the project manager.
Our market consists of all outdoorsmen and outdoor athletes who must prepare for weather conditions in areas where internet access is unavailable. Hear from our users. Dominic, the mountain biker, sees great use in Climatrek's alert functionality, as he often gets carried away while biking, and that can lead to overheating or dehydration. With Climatrek's collection of raw data and recommendations to drink water, we can help control for this. Elena, the Girl Scout, says that Climatrek would be helpful in notifying her where the best weather conditions are to set up camp. Krishna, the hiker, is often far from any level of internet connection. Being able to understand weather conditions and vital information such as altitude would help him in remote areas.
With such a huge concern for such a huge market, surely someone's done something like Climatrek before, right? Our largest competitor is Garmin, who produces watches that have some onboard sensors like temperature and a barometer. However, these lack of the mobile integration that Climatrek provides, and have a more limited functionality due to the fact that they only have 1 or 2 sensors. They also carry hefty price tags, up to $1,000 per device. The La Roche-Posay Skins Track UV does have a mobile app for a more reasonable price tag, but it has only one of Climatrek's features, UV tracking. For the app with its features, you'll need to be connected to the internet. Climatrek hopes to be one of the one-stop shop that has everything in one place and is accessible to the masses.
All this sounds great, but how exactly does Climatrek work? To demonstrate, we brought our working prototype outside. Let's walk through the hardware. The device consists of a central processing board with Bluetooth, as well as sensors for temperature, humidity, UV radiation, barometric pressure, and air quality. Pairing is seamless. Just press the Bluetooth button on the app and it will find the nearest device to connect to. The hardware does the heavy lifting, but the software does the magic. Once the device is paired with your phone, you can clip it on and forget about it. Now the software takes over. The app has 3 tabs: Home, Alerts, and Planning. In the Home tab, which we're demonstrating now, you'll find just exactly what you'd expect: a quick rundown of all the current sensor readings and a little explanation of what they mean. The Planning tab is to the right of the Home tab and is where you can prepare for upcoming trips. We learned that the biggest mistake new hikers make for safety is not being prepared with enough materials, and our survey found that users wanted calendar implementation. For now, that's why Climatrek has those 2 features embedded in the Planning tab. Finally, the Alerts tab. This is to the left of the Home tab, and is where predictive algorithms use information taken at regular intervals for the whole duration that the device was connected to the phone to predict future weather patterns. There are also other alerts, like for example helping keep track of food and water consumption. You'll see an alert on the phone screen that suggests to drink more water because of the higher temperature and humidity.
Currently, Climatrek is in the final stages of development, and will obviously require some rigorous testing before it can go out onto the market. For this, we've prepared a 3-phase testing protocol. First, we're going to synthetically test the hardware and the software to ensure that all features and options are working as they should be before we move out of development. Then, we're going to hand Climatrek off to our group of volunteer testers who will take Climatrek out into the real world and report their findings. Finally, another series of synthetic tests will help us find the specifications and hard limits for what Climatrek is capable of. This will ensure that the product is polished and the user experience is smooth and stress-free. A final aspect of the architecture that cannot be ignored is security. While Climatrek may not deal with any hypersensitive information, it does ask for some personal data from the user, especially for use in food or water consumption metrics. However, we are proud to say that none of this data is ever taken online, and all of it is stored locally on device in an encrypted SQL database. The lack of web synchronization protects from external attacks, while internal attacks are thwarted by the encryption.
An important consideration is price. To help decide a fair price, we ask the people for their valuation. From our survey of over 100 hikers, campers, and bikers, 32% of participants claimed they'd be willing to pay between $50 to $100 for our product, with an additional 14% claiming that they would be willing to pay up to $200. The price of our current prototype is around $50, but this could be easily brought down significantly with scale. With this in mind, we do believe that we can offer the final product within that $50 to $100 bracket. Plan to sell our physical product through the Amazon Marketplace and provide the app through Google Play and the iOS App Store. By using customer relationship management sales tools, we can ensure efficient communication between consumers and sync data from other tools as well. Moreover, we can appeal to people by creating a sizable social media and leveraging user-generated content. Using campaigns where we ask for user submissions will allow our customers to market Climatrek for us. We will email users with total brand immersion and a consistent voice. By creating an active website and help center and posting testimonials from other users, we can ensure that the product is consumer-friendly. We also plan on reaching out to sporting goods stores to possibly create a partnership.
Obviously, Climatrek has room for improvement from the present state, and a comprehensive plan has been put in place for the future. If we are able to secure the funding from the Next Generation Tech competition, we will be able to go full steam ahead into having a custom all-in-one board produced. This will shrink Climatrek dramatically into its final form factor as soon as June of 2020. Once we have a full product and app, we plan to create an iOS application, either by hiring or by taking on a new member to the team. One feature we have decided to add to the product is a small LCD touchscreen that would allow users to see basic conditions without their phone, and this will be ready by July. We also plan on rolling out an application for Android Wear and Apple Watch in August. During our development process, we ran into some suggestions we realized we could not implement at the $99 price point. That's why we have begun working on Climatrek Plus, the next level of Climatrek that will come at a higher price point for those avid outdoorsmen. First, Climatrek Plus will be an all-in-one, meaning it will not require a smartphone. It will also have a complete weather resistance, but its greatest draw will be the security features. These include a built-in radio, an emergency satellite beacon, and the ability to create parties on an excursion. To support these features, Climatrek Plus will also come with a monthly subscription fee.
The past several months have been quite a journey and nothing if not a learning experience. Our customer survey was incredibly valuable, but the sheer number of responses and brilliant suggestions were somewhat overwhelming. We realized that there were some things that we simply could not do because of size, cost, or technical constraints like waterproofing, solar charging, or mapping capabilities. Some of these ideas that we didn't have a way to make a reality in the scope of the competition are what paved the next way for Climatrek Plus, the next step in the Climatrek journey.
Thank you, judges. We hope you're as excited as we are to see what the future holds for Climatrek. Until then, remember, Climatrek, weather without wireless.